is trying to stand out as a leader in your specific discipline, maybe in your industry, perhaps in your organization, perhaps in your businesses, amongst competitors. In this video, I'm going to share with you more strategies on how you can start to stand out as a leader. Now, I am going to let you know on a little secret. Many times on YouTube and different types of platforms, there's always this conversation about leadership and etc. and what you can do to be a better leader. But on this channel specifically, I focus on how to stand out as a leader. And I know that the fact you clicked on this video, you are supposed to be here, friend, because the titles of the videos that I make on my channel are catered to a very specific type of person that is really trying to elevate themselves as a leader. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you decided to click on this video because you're going to learn a couple of strategies to help you be able to stand out as a leader. Now, you may be wondering, well, why do I need to stand out? Now, this is a question if you are just starting your leadership journey. This topic specifically, we are focusing in on the advanced level of leadership. This is really catered to individuals who have either been in a leadership role for an extended amount of time. Maybe you are a manager, a director, you're a senior vice president, you're a CEO. Perhaps you are a president or CEO of your own business. Maybe you're a public official and you're communicating with your constituents. You may be in various type of roles, but typically people that click on this video are already leaders and they're at a point in their career where they know they have a bigger message to share with the world. Maybe they're trying to elevate their impact, increase their income. There's something that you know you're trying to do and you have not been able to do it just yet. And so we're going to talk about how you can stand out as a leader. Now, this channel specifically, I focus on very advanced level communication strategies and techniques. These skills I share with you will automatically help you to be able to communicate as a very confident and concise person under pressure. Now, in terms of my direct audience that I work with, in terms of executive coaching, I work with women in leadership. And these are the individuals that I provide one-on-one coaching services to. However, if you happen to be out of that audience, maybe you are a man in leadership, maybe you are a woman that's not a leader yet, then you will learn a lot of universal strategies here on how to stand out as a leader. Now, before I go into it, if you're watching this portion of the video, you are either live or you are in the replay world. So welcome, friends. Let me say hello because we have a lot of people that just joined us today. If you're ready to stand out as a leader, you want to watch this video until the end. We have Ty Williams -I2Y. Hello, welcome, welcome. And we have Blaze Plays Roblox 23. Welcome, welcome, friend. How y'all doing today? Let me know in the comments below two things. One, where are you joining from? And then number two, would you like to stand out as a leader? Let me know in the comments below. We have Andrew Sweeney -INL. Welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. Blaze Plays Roblox 23 says, what are you talking about? Blaze Plays Roblox 23. I'm talking about how you can stand out as a leader. There are a lot of strategies. I shared a bit this morning on my live, so you definitely want to watch the live video that talks about how to stand out as a woman leader. Check that out. But today I'm going to go into two more strategies that will help you to stand out as a leader that a lot of times people don't really talk about. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. We have Blaze Plays Roblox 23 says, OMG, you noticed me. Of course, absolutely. I appreciate you for being here and just stopping by. So Blaze Plays Roblox 23 is joining from Kentucky. Okay, welcome, welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. Sebastian -Avial. I don't know if I said that right. AVIAL. Welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. And Blaze Plays Roblox 23 says, unfortunately, I have school tomorrow. I understand. We all remember those days when we had to go to school. But you're learning. You're going to be learning for the rest of your life. That's the thing you have to remember. You're going to be learning forever. So just keep that in mind. Just hang in there, friend. Okay, we have James Love-G7V. Hello, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And Blaze Plays Roblox 23 says, just call me Blaze. All right, Blaze, well, welcome. Let me know where you all are joining from in the live today. We're going to talk about two additional characteristics you need to learn how to start developing if you're trying to stand out as a leader. Now, for those of you who just joined, earlier today, I gave three concepts I want you to start developing if you're trying to stand out as a leader. I'm going to go over those really quickly, so I appreciate you all for being here, but I'm going to go over those very, very fast. Number one strategy was to become a better public speaker. And this is all about how you stand out as a leader. So become a better public speaker. Number two is to work on your executive communication skills. And number three is to really work on being able to communicate at a higher level than your peers and being able to observe and etc. Before I go into what I want to share with you this evening to help you stand out as a leader, let me see what's going on in the chat. Sebastian says, are you having a good day? Sebastian, every day I am able to go live with you all and share with you some insights that will help you go to that next level on your journey and help you stand out from everybody else by communicating at a higher level than your peers. I'm always having a good day, friend. James Love says, America. Yes, I'm in America as well. Sebastian's in America also. Where are you all from? I'm in the Sunshine State of Florida. So we have somebody from Kentucky, but a couple people from America. So where you all are located in the States. We have JD Max-R3H. Welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. James Love says, you a teacher. So I'm not by profession a teacher. I am an executive coach, but I'm here to share with you over 20 years worth of expertise as a C-suite executive, a manager, and a director. I've been on the news. I've been in very friendly and very contentious conversations. And so I've learned over the years that a lot of times people just don't know how to communicate under pressure. So I am by nature an executive coach, but in my profession also I am a dentist as well. All right, we have Ryder Foster 14. Hi, Isa. Well, thank you, Ryder. Welcome, friend. You're going to learn a lot of information here. And the fact, as I mentioned earlier, some of you mentioned this, is that the fact that you clicked on this video means that you are trying to elevate yourself as a leader. And on this channel, what I share with you are strategies that will help you to communicate at that higher level. You're going to be the person that stands out from everybody else. I will share with you strategies that people really don't talk about, or they talk about it in such a way that is so academic that's like, floating in the air where it never makes sense. I really focus on real strategies, real techniques here on my channel. If you wanted to learn how to master eye contact, negotiate your salary, have a difficult conversation with someone, be able to speak in public, how to change your tone of voice depending on what you're dealing with, how to control your emotions under pressure, how to interview very well, how to stand out from everybody else. I could go on and on and on. How to develop your executive presence, how to develop your executive communication skills. This is the home for you. This is the place for you to be at. Take a few moments, take a look at my live tab. There's a lot of videos that will help you elevate yourself as a leader. So let me take a look, see what's going on in the chat. So Blaze says, I'm actually a streamer if you want to watch me. Oh, okay, Blaze. Well, let me take a screenshot of your channel name. Hold on just a second, friend. Hold on. Make sure I take the screenshot. Okay. All right, Blaze. Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you're a streamer. So if you have anything you want to share in terms of streaming, let me know. I actually have done so many streams on here, Blaze, that YouTube noticed I did so many streams, and they invited me to be a part of their YouTube live streamer research panel for the next year. So I understand about streaming. There's a lot that goes into it. And so really commend you for taking that leap. It's not as easy as people think being on YouTube in the World Wide Web, literally, and dealing with people and having conversations. But the point is to really help people out. JD Max R3H is in Florida, Panama. Okay, I'm in the Sunshine State. I'm in South Florida, friend. So welcome, another fellow Floridian. We have Great Legend 3787 says, why don't you get a job? So Great Legend 3787. Well, friend, let me explain to you. I actually do have a job. I don't know about you though. So I don't know. This probably is not the channel for you, friend. Ryder Foster 14 says, hello. James Love says, I subscribe. Well, welcome, James, to the wonderful world of exceptional leaders. You're going to learn a lot of information here. I'm really glad that you subscribe and take some time to look at my live tabs. You'll learn, I guarantee you're going to learn something to help you communicate at a higher level than your peers. Blaze says, if you're recording on mobile, you can download Streamlabs for free. mods, and tips. I have not looked at Streamlabs just yet. I've heard about it, so I have not taken a look at it, but I'm familiar with it. And yes, I have to take a look at that. Ryder Foster 14 says, do you like baseball? Yes, I do. I do like baseball, and I happen to be a Yankees fan. Okay, Blaze says, yes, it's very hard. Yes, absolutely, Blaze. We can talk about that for a long time. But let me give you at least 2 ways that you can start standing out as a leader. And we can talk a little bit more about live streaming if you'd like to. So leaders themselves, when you're trying to really stand out as a leader, as I mentioned, there's a lot of things. There's so many things on my channel I talk about, but earlier today, I went into more detail on how you can stand out as a leader. So check out the live from earlier today. There's 2 more things I want to share with you in terms of what really amazing leaders do. Now, if you're watching this, you are not the average leader. I already know that. The title of this video is very specific. It is not the title that is to just generate a lot of clicks. This title is specific for those people that are very, very exceptional leaders, and that would be you, because you're watching this live. So we're not talking about average. We're talking about above average leaders. How do you stand out? One character trait that you want to start to master as a leader is charisma. Now, many people will say charisma, how do you even master it? It's almost like executive presence. People talk about it, they hear about it. It sounds like it's something that people do, but there's no real way to develop it. Well, there's a couple videos here on my live tab that talk about charisma specifically. And charisma is what makes you stand out as a leader. That's one strategy, one characteristic trait I want you to start developing. I have another one, so just hang in there with me for just a second. Charisma itself, when I looked at the Oxford Languages Dictionary for it a couple of videos back, it's basically the definition of charisma is to inspire devotion from other people. So if we really think about this definition, inspire devotion from other people, how do you inspire people? Let me know in the chat below. What are some things that if you hear someone speak and you listen to them talk, what about something that they say inspires you? Or maybe you have some individuals that you listen to speak all the time. Maybe they are leaders in your community, in your schools, in your businesses. Maybe they're public officials or elected leaders. Who inspires you? Let's talk about it in the chat below. Even if you're watching the replay, put in the comments below who inspires you. And what I'll do for you is I will record a video of those individuals and give you a really detailed analysis in terms of what they do, how they communicate to inspire other people, so that you can take that information and do it in your own day-to-day conversations. So keep that in mind. JD Max R38 says Star Moon. Okay, well, tell me a little bit more about Star Moon. I'm not familiar with that exactly. And James Love G7V says, Blaze, you here. So there's some communication there. That's great. Now, charisma is really important. So you want to start developing your charisma skills. It is very, 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 very important. Now, charisma is your ability to inspire people. So we've talked about who inspires you and etc. So let's go into inspiring just a bit. Before that, I see somebody came on the chat. Cowboy Zoom _edits. Welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for stopping by. We're talking about how you can stand out as a leader. And we have JD Max R3H is a YouTuber. Oh, okay. So let me check out. I'm going to take a screenshot and let me check out who that influencer is. And if everything seems like it makes sense, I'll do a video and talk about how this person is inspiring other people. So I appreciate you, JD Max R3H. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. So charisma, as I mentioned, is a skill you can develop. You can inspire people by being that person that is consistent and does whatever it is you need to do in a very high level, high energy way all the time, as much as you can. Charismatic people are the people, when they walk into a room, you feel it. Like you feel like, this person is here. I'm glad that they're here. How do they do that? They tend to be these very optimistic people who are very highly energetic people. Now, are they full of energy all the time? Of course not. We're humans and we get tired sometimes, correct? Let me know if you ever get tired. And I appreciate the heart emojis, friends. I get tired just like everybody else. However, those charismatic people, these are the individuals who just bring energy with them. So how can you start to become charismatic? Think about the topics, the scenarios, the situations that you are the most passionate about. The topics, the scenarios, the situations that you literally could talk about all day with your teams that are obviously appropriate to talk to them about. Think about those and start talking about them. It starts to build that charisma because you start to showcase your energy by something you're so excited about you could talk about all day. For me, I could talk about public speaking all day. All day, literally. I could talk about that. I could talk about executive presence. I could talk about difficult conversations, and I appreciate the heart and the 100s. Thank you, friends. I could do that. And so I will talk about them all day, but that's where my energy is. So if you want to be more charismatic, start to bring in your energy. Bring in that excitement, because when people start to see that you are the example, you're the person that is at that higher level, then, friends, people will start to do what? Look up to you, and you start to inspire other people. So charisma is critically important. There's plenty of leaders out there that do not have charisma. Plenty of them. But if you're trying to stand out as a leader, charisma is a characteristic you definitely want to try to master. All right, let me take a look and see what's going on in the chat. James Love-G7V says, my favorite YouTuber is Foilton and you. Okay, well, let me take a look at them. I'm going to take a screenshot real quick. James. Okay, great. So let me take a look at their channel and let me go through what are they doing to inspire other people. So I appreciate you all so much for bringing these influencers here to the chat, to the conversation, because that'll give me a chance to take a look at them. I appreciate the heart emojis, friends. Now, I want to share with you my second and final strategy here, and this is not the last. This is just what I have time to share with you all today in terms of how to stand out as a leader. Are you ready? For those of you who have just joined, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Let's see, JD Max R38 says it's Fulton. Fulton, okay, great. It's Fulton. Okay, perfect. Thank you for clarifying that for me, friend. I appreciate that. So we talked about charisma. If you want to stand out as a leader, you need to develop charisma. There's several videos here on my channel that talk specifically about charisma on the live tab. So take a look at those. Learn as much as you can. If you want me to go into more detail on charisma, let me know in the comments below and I'll do a video for you. But charisma is important. We talked a little bit about why it's important, because as a leader, you do want to inspire devotion to other people. Now, you want to inspire people to be better and to do the best they can, really encourage them to go to that next level on your journey. And that's what really wonderful leaders do. The average leaders, which is not you because you clicked on this video, you are above average leader. The above average leaders are the ones that are able to master charisma. So I appreciate the heart emojis, the 100s. I appreciate you all so much. Now let's go into the final strategy or final concept I want you all to master. This one is very important. This is one you absolutely, no leader that is a leader that stands out does not have this. Now I know people talk about it sometimes, but I want to share with you why this is so important. The other strategy specifically relates to empathy. Empathy is your ability to understand where someone is coming from. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about that because this is critically important for you to stand out as a leader. But let me see what's going on in the chat. I appreciate the heart emojis, friends. Thank you so much. JD Max-R38 says you are a good YouTuber. Well, thank you, friend. I appreciate that. I have been going live a lot, and I've been a public speaker for over 20 years, and I appreciate you all being here and giving some really great suggestions, great individuals I can take a look at. And so I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the compliment. I do the best I can. I'm glad to be here to just help you all on your journey. If I can help you even a small amount for you to just stand out from everybody else and communicate at a higher level than your peers, then I have done what I need to do here on this earth. All right, so we have Andrew V5W4D. Hello, welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well today. Appreciate the smiley faces also, friends. And feel free to tell your colleagues or your friends about the channel, because this is really where you're going to start to stand out as a leader. I believe that people become great by how they communicate. And so my mission here on this earth is to unlock the greatness within you. And I do that by sharing with you very advanced level communication strategies that you can do to make you stand out from everybody else. So Andrew says, what are you talking about? Andrew, we are actually talking about how to stand out as a leader. There's several other aspects of standing out as a leader that I talked about a bit earlier this morning in my live, so you definitely want to check that out. But today we're talking about 2 other strategies to help you stand out as a leader. One is charisma, and the second is empathy. So I'm about to dive into empathy really quickly here. Empathy is so incredibly important, and let me explain to you why. When you think about charisma, we talked about a moment ago, inspiring devotion from others. We talked a bit about how do you develop type of charisma, etc. Now, empathy. This one is as I said, you have to have it. You have to be able to understand where people are coming from. Why? Because when you are communicating with other people as a leader, if they do not feel like there is some relatability to you, that you are not this leader that just sits in a bubble somewhere and learns all types of things and you just tell people what to do, people really have a hard time seeing you as the leader that stands out from everybody else. Therefore, if you can start mastering empathy, and how do you do that? Let's talk about it. And I'm going to take a look in the chat in just a second. But the way you can start to master empathy is think about your own life. We have all of us have been through very good times and been through very bad times. And if you're working with your teams and you're trying to really stand out as a leader, you have to go back to those times in your life where things were great and where things were not so great. Because you may have a situation with a person that's going through a similar situation. Maybe it's a challenge, maybe it's some big life event, who knows? But if you can bring that empathetic self to the conversation, you will stand out as a leader. Many times when people advance to leadership roles and they go higher and higher in leadership, they tend to forget, and even influencers sometimes too, they tend to forget what happens, that we all start from one place and we grow and develop from there. And I thank you for the heart emojis, friends. I appreciate that. But a lot of times people sometimes forget their journey. And if you can be that leader that doesn't forget their journey, celebrates the good wins and the losses, and can put it in a way to where it helps someone else and gives them that encouragement that they need in that time or that challenge they're dealing with, you, friend, will absolutely stand out as a leader. A lot of leaders have a hard time mastering this because they get so involved in leadership, they just forget about what happened. They're like, oh, I don't know why this person's having a hard time with their life, and I don't know why they're doing this, and etc. And you don't want to be that type of leader. That is how you do not stand out as leader. Now, let me see what's going on in the chat. Okay, so Ryder Foster says, what is your favorite baseball team? I like the Yankees. I've been to Yankee Stadium, and in Yankee Stadium, if you all have never been, it's a gorgeous stadium. I haven't been to other baseball games and etc. in other states, but Yankee Stadium is great, and I tend to like the Yankees a little bit. But I haven't watched them recently because I spend all my time here with you all on YouTube. All right, so we have JD Max R3H has the play button. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And James Love G7V says, you're the only one that looks at my comments. Oh, really? That's sad, especially on live streaming. So I'll tell you that on live streaming, and we kind of were mentioning this earlier with Blaze, when you're live streaming, it sometimes, depending on the number of people that are on your live stream, it can be hard to catch up in the comments. You have to have a certain amount of public speaking skills I talked about this morning that you need to master. Public speaking, before I go into that, friends that are listening, public speaking is not the skill you have to have when you're doing a TED Talk, speaking to a conference, speaking to a board, or speaking to your constituents or to a group of people. Public speaking are skills that you can enhance and use every single time you have a one-on-one conversation with somebody. But I say that because, James Love, I'm sorry that people aren't checking out your comments. That's unfortunate. It's frustrating because you are at a point where you're spending your time with somebody on their live. You're talking about appropriate things. You're not doing trolling and random, just inappropriate, offensive stuff. You're not doing that. And so it's unfortunate people aren't checking your comments. I would say I do it here. I really do. I do want to see what people are saying. Of course, when people say silly things or offensive things, you'll see me pause for a second and I will handle them really quickly so they're not interrupting the live. But sometimes you have to be very skilled at multitasking and be able to still talk and still communicate, look at the chat and have a conversation. So some people, maybe some of the lives that you've attended, they may not be able to do that because they have a hard time multitasking. And it's not, it may look like it's easy, but it actually can be very difficult if you've never done it before, especially when you're getting a lot of comments back and forth. So I'm sorry that happened, but when you're on the channel here, I will absolutely look at your comments, friend. So JD Max R38 says Tipton Titans. Tell me about that. Tell me about that a little bit. James Love G7V has a lot of very cool little champion cups here. I appreciate those. Let me take a look, see what's going on in the chat. James Love G7V says Tigers. Okay, fantastic. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you all being here today. And as I mentioned, if you want to stand out as a leader, there's other skills: public speaking, executive presence, executive communication that I talked about this morning in the live. You're welcome to check that out. But then the two other ones that I had more time to talk about today are really, really important. And that is charisma, and it is also empathy. Both of them are very, 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 very important. Empathy is probably the one that you can immediately start working on now. Take a few moments to think about specifically where you have been in your life. What are the really good times? What are the really hard times? And when you have that situation where someone trusts you enough to talk to you about a specific topic as a leader, be able to be empathetic and just say, I understand, I understand. You don't necessarily have to go into detail in terms of what you went through unless you feel like it's appropriate. But you can say, I understand, and just know that maybe this person is coming from a place of maybe they're confused or upset or whatever the case may be. Just keep in mind that we have to treat people the way that we want to be treated. And we've all been in situations where things have not been great, including myself. Every one of us has been in situations like that. And if somebody says that they have not, they're lying to you, completely lying. And this is how we really support each other, just as individuals, as humans, and etc. And so I'm really here to help you all on your journey and help you manage these very challenging situations as they come up and stand out as a leader. You will automatically stand out as a leader when you start to display these characteristics that many leaders forget to do. Okay, James Love says, okay, we already talked about the Tigers, and JD Max R3H, it's a football team. Which football team is that one? Tipton Titans. Where was it? Tipton Titans. You know, that name sounds familiar. Where are they? JD Max R3H. Where are Tipton Titans? Where are they based out of? Do you? I mean, I know you know, but I don't know. I've heard that name, Tipton Titans, before, but where is it based? Tell me, where is it based out of before we finish the live? Let me know, because I'm curious now. And we are definitely in football season. There's a lot going on football-wise right now, and we're just kind of in the middle, right? We still have a long ways to go until we get to the Super Bowl. James Loves G7V says it does. Okay, awesome. Very good. Well, I appreciate you all being here. And if you are new to me, and I know some of you are new subscribers. Okay, hold on just a second. JD Max R3H is in Tennessee. Oh, okay, fantastic. Awesome. Oh my goodness, my kids are yelling for me. I guess I gotta go. Well, I appreciate you all so much. And it's in Tennessee. Tennessee is a great state. It's a beautiful state, actually. I've really enjoyed my time of visiting Tennessee. But if you're new to me or newly subscribed, I go live here Tuesday through Friday. Typically in the mornings. I just started doing morning lives, and now I go live I've been going live in the evenings. And if you really want to learn how to really elevate yourself as a leader and really communicate concisely and confidently under pressure, definitely subscribe, watch the videos. You'll learn a lot. My target audience that I work with are women in leadership in terms of my executive coaching practice. However, I have a lot of people that are subscribed to my channel that are either women that are not leaders or men in leadership. And even if you're not my target audience, the information I share with you is very, very universal, and you will absolutely learn something from our dialogue and our conversation, just like you have today. All right, we have James Love G7V. My auntie does videos. What's your aunt's channel? What's your auntie's channel? Let me know, and I will check out your auntie's channel. Absolutely, I'll give you a moment to do that. It's Bailey's Budget. Oh, okay, great. So it looks like she talks about finances and etc. So let me take a screenshot of that. Okay, fantastic. And so for those of you who indicated a couple of channels on here today that of individuals that inspire you, that you really like, I will do a video just for you. I have a few other people too that have indicated, some public officials and etc., that they really, really are inspired by. And I want to just make things simple for you all. Sometimes when you see people speak and talk, you just think, wow, they're so inspiring. But I want to take it a step further with you. I want you not only to say, wow, they're so inspiring, but I want you to pick out strategies that they're doing so that you can do them, right? So that you can be that inspiring person. That's what I'm doing here on my channel. So there's several people that I have on my list. There's a couple things I'm trying to finish up on my side here to get that very polished format. I'm going to probably do it through StreamYard more than likely, and do some pre-recorded videos, look at some of the content that y'all mentioned, some of the YouTubers you mentioned, watch some of their videos, and I will pick out some things that say specifically, oh, this is what inspiring is. So if you subscribe to the channel, when I do those type of videos, I will, because I took a screenshot of who's on the chat, I will give you a shout out in a post and say, James Love G7V or JD Max R3H mentioned specifically this YouTuber about being inspiring. These are the things they do. Check out the video. So just keep an eye on my communities tab. You'll see that. And then if you have any topics specifically that you want to learn more about, then let me know in the comments below, and I will do some videos just for you and give you a shout out in them as well. Okay, JD Max R3H says, my dog just ran away 4 days ago. Oh my gosh. So you don't have... I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope you find your dog. I know it's really sad. Sorry that your dog ran away. I hope you find him. I know how people can be very, very close with their animals. And so I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm hoping that you find your dog. Luca Pardave, welcome friend. How you doing today? And we are talking about how to stand out as a leader. Luca Pardave, you're going to need to absolutely watch the replay, friend, if you're trying to stand out as a leader. We talked about charisma and empathy. And if you want to really stand out as a leader, you definitely want to have those two characteristics. Start developing them as a leader. Well, I appreciate you all being here today. Remember, we go live here Tuesday through Friday. You're welcome to stop by and say hello. Many of my audience, they will come by and just say hello for a moment, and then they may have something to do. But the replays are always here. I always upload them to my live tab. Just keep in mind, I have to let you all know in advance, there's a lot of traction, a lot of things you're going to see on my channel here within the next week, I would say. I'm trying a different software, so you're probably going to see a lot more activity on here than normal in terms of short form content like I did last year. So you're going to see a lot of shorts, so a lot of good information coming out for those of you, especially if you're new to the channel and maybe haven't had a chance to look through all the videos here. You'll get some snippets of things to help you on your journey. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the heart emojis. I appreciate all of you just engaging. James Love, JD Max R3H, and we have Blaze also, and Ryder Foster as well, and Sebastian also. I appreciate you all just being a part of the conversation and having a really good dialogue about different things and sharing different YouTube channels. We know Blaze is a streamer. We know that James Love's auntie has a YouTube channel called Bailey's Budget. And I'm going to spell it out because the people that are live will not know that. So the people that are live, James Love's auntie's channel is BAILEES BUDGET. So just keep that in mind. Maybe want to check that out. And then Blaze's channel, let me find Blaze. Okay. Blaze is a streamer, and for those of you who are watching the replay, I'll spell it out for you if you want to watch him stream, is at Blaze Plays Roblox 23. So it's BLAZEPLAYZ ROBLOX 23. So this is how we grow. This is how we grow our community. We support each other, see what everybody's doing. And if you all have your own channels here and you're watching the replay or watching live, whatever the case may be, let me know. Please let me know. I know how hard it is on YouTube. Just like Blaze said, it's hard. It is hard. And did I say it was hard? It is hard. But if you have a channel and you want some support, let me know. I mean, many of my audience members have told me about channels they have, and I've actually subscribed to them. So we're here to help each other out. We're here to help each other and support each other. That's what I really want from our community, to really help you all not only elevate as communicators so you stand out from everybody else, but then also we can support each other and each other's families that have channels that probably have some really good information here. I mean, the fact that you all are here and you're listening to this, you are that next level of leaders that is ideally who I absolutely love communicating with. You're not talking about random stuff and sometimes things that may be too silly, but you're here really speaking about things that are really important. And I'm sure these channels that I mentioned are probably helpful as well. And I'm definitely going to check them out. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me make sure I don't have anything missed in the chat. Okay, let me take a look. James Love says, I think me and Blaze played together. Oh, really? Okay, great. Well, what game? I wonder what game did you all play? I know there's a lot of games that are out there. There's a lot of games that are out there. So feel free to let me know, what games do you all play? There's tons of stuff out there nowadays. So while I'm waiting to get a response from James, there are a couple things that's going to be launching later this year. Hopefully, it is going to be a podcast. My podcast is going to be just different. Now, I know I mentioned my target audience who I do executive coaching with, but my podcast is going to be a leadership podcast. I'm going to have conversation with leaders of companies, businesses, etc., that have had very difficult conversations, because I've found that managers themselves tend to not know how to manage difficult conversations. So my hope is that if I talk to more people about managing difficult conversations, then we start learning how to do them, because this is something that many managers struggle with, even C-suite executives, friends, believe it or not. JD Max R38 says, I have a TikTok. Okay, so great. So JD Max R3H. So JD's name, I'm gonna spell it out, is at JD Max, JDMAX R3H. And JD has a TikTok. So thank you for sharing that. Awesome. James Love says Roblox. My daughter plays Roblox like it is the only game in the planet. That's what she does. So Roblox, she has me playing Roblox. So yes, I know all about Roblox at this point. There's a lot of games on there. And there's some people that are friendly and some people that I think are not friendly on Roblox. But nonetheless, I know Roblox is a big thing. But I appreciate y'all being here. I will see you all in the next live. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.